The events occurring on the world's stage are an opportunity for us to personally look within and at our actions and habits. It's imperative that we take the time to reevaluate our daily choices, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual choices. In this video, I'll guide you through my own personal actions that I take on a daily basis, and perhaps it can help you too. If you have questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. First of all, realize that there is a spiritual solution to every problem. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. God, the source of all creation, lives within us, within each and every one of our cells. We are one. Even though we appear to be separate, we aren't. All humanity is one. All creation is one. What you do and say and think towards your brother affects you personally. Your thoughts matter. Your actions matter. We are here to help one another and move towards mastery. The following are my personal habits and ones that I've taken upon myself as I've been impressed upon by Spirit to do these things urgently in my life, and I have. Just sit back and take in a nice few deep breaths. This calms and relaxes our nervous system. If you're feeling chaotic or overwhelmed with stress from the media, let's just take a few moments and breathe very, very deeply, all the way down into our tummies, filling up our tummies and our chests. And exhaling fully. Do this for 5 times. Feel that your whole body is oxygenated, and you'll probably begin to feel tingly and light. It really feels amazing. I practice this every day, actually, 3 sets of 20 deep breaths. And rest in that moment. Now here are some vital practical habits to implement in our environment. Eliminate toxins from the diet and from the environment. Fasting. Fasting is healthy and can be incorporated on a regular basis. It recycles old, worn-out cells and gives our body and our digestion rest, thereby allowing it to eliminate toxins and dis-ease. In general, eating less in quantity is better for optimal health, and it extends life. Eating, I choose leafy greens and whole unprocessed foods. The standard Western diet many people eat is the reason for such poor health in our countries. Fasting can reset your taste buds, and then we can strive for whole, nutritious, unprocessed foods in a form as natural as possible. Be conscious of everything that you put into your body temple. This includes preservatives, chemicals, medicines, air fresheners, lotions, makeups, etc. Ask yourself, how do you want to nourish the divine within? With chemicals or with things of the earth? The deep breathing exercise taught by Will Hoff, which I will link to in the video, are amazing and wonderful. I've started doing them every single night, sometimes in the morning. And it really is the precursor to my meditations. So he explains in his video how he does 3 sets of 20 inhales and exhales. So they're very deep and pretty swiftly, but you're just filling up your entire tummy and chest with oxygen, and then forcing it out and then breathing in again deeply and fully. Now, as you do this, you can experience many, many different sensations. My notable sensations are tingling all over my body, which seems to heighten with every single set. Some people have called it like a natural high, getting high off of oxygen. It's really just a feeling that I've never experienced before, and I feel like it's very, very beneficial. I know that it does oxygenate your entire body, and it alkalizes your body, which we also know that eating vegetables alkalizes our bodies as well, and that cancer cells and degenerate cells cannot live in an alkaline environment because they thrive in an acid environment. So making your body more alkaline is basically helping it to become more disease proof. I really like these deep breathing exercises. As I said, it's a precursor to my nightly meditations, and I feel that it just connects the body with spirit so wonderfully. So I really suggest you should try those. My personal choices and changes that I've made and implemented, I used to do this years ago, and I've recently started doing it exclusively again, which is using essential oils and foods like garlic for medicines. So I've basically eliminated all medicines. I was never on any prescribed medicines, but anything even like headache medicine or cold medicine or anything like that, I wouldn't take anyways. And even for my kids, I just give them essential oils, and they're pretty used to that. They've grown up with that. So the various essential oils, they have like the clove oil and eucalyptus oil and cinnamon leaf are all known as antiviral. Tea tree oil is also very effective against viruses. So look at some of these essential oils. You can get them in Whole Foods or get them online, and they're amazing. They really are wonderful for your body, and they're from the earth. So what else could we want? I now use essential oils as air freshener if I need air freshener, instead of the plugins that I used to use. The next suggestion is eliminating plastics as much as possible for your life. So plastics leach into your foods and drinks and whatever products that you're using in plastic containers. They're not good for the earth. Using a natural soap and shampoo without harmful additives, so Castile soap is good. Moringa oil is excellent for dandruff and to soften skin and hair. I now use moringa oil on my face, on my body, instead of lotion. It softens and nourishes your body. It's actually very, very good for you. Moringa is known as the miracle tree, and actually all parts of the tree, the scruffy little amazing tree, they're edible and usable. In India and African countries, they cook with the pods. So you can eat the seeds, the pods. Like I said, in cooking, it's just every single part of it is beneficial. So I started taking moringa powder internally every day because it is it has 4 times the amount of vitamin A that's found in carrots, 7 times as much vitamin C as oranges, 4 times more calcium than milk, 3 times more potassium than bananas, and 2 times more protein than yogurt, amazingly enough. Next, waste less. Reuse whatever you can. Work in harmony with the earth. She is our partner. We have to stop abusing her. Let's make conscious choices about consumption and honor our planet. Another thing I do is I bless my water. I bless my food. I ask it to nourish and heal me. I send it pure love before I ingest it. So drinking lots of pure water and making sure that it's blessed before you drink it is really important. So spiritual habits. I greet the morning every day with, "Hello, God, within me and surrounding me and everywhere I am." God is indeed everywhere. If you prefer to say source, then so be it. Make the day about thankfulness, not dread. For whatever you think about how your day is or how it will go is how your life will be, because you are a co-creator in this reality. So we're coming into a time when we must establish a solid connection to the divine within. We do this by thinking high vibrational, loving thoughts, by being compassionate, by helping others, by being concerned for others, and knowing that spiritually we are always safe and sound. Our egos and normal human brain gets freaked out and scared and moves into a fight or flight mode. But when we are spiritually attuned, we have a deep inner knowing that all is well. So we don't panic. We are not alone. We are deeply loved and cherished. There's currently a huge shift going on in humanity, and we're being asked to choose our destiny. Will we accept our divine nature and birthright as sons and daughters of God? Or will we ignore our spiritual side and prefer to focus on the limited human perspective, worrying about money, about drama, about relationships, about diseases, about living in fear? So the choice is ours, and we're each given free will. When we feel God within, we have no fear. We feel the connection. We feel constant love. So exploring the lives of mystics, they knew this. They told us that we can do everything they did. They're called masters because they mastered their humanity. They overcame the selfish, scared ego, and they walked in truth, just as we can. John 14:12 of the English Standard Version of the Bible says, "Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever believes in me will also do the works that I do, and greater works than these will he do, because I am going to the Father." What does that mean exactly? It means that whoever believes in Christ consciousness, the consciousness that we are all sons and daughters of the divine, the Father, will do what Christ did and even greater things, he says. So Jesus himself was returning to the source, meaning that he was leaving the body, going back to God. But he can be our example. He's a master. He could turn water into wine. And Indian teachers, even today, have levitated and bilocated. What does it mean? It means that they are aware that they are sons and daughters of the divine, of God. They are and were working with fully activated DNA which our scientists currently call junk DNA. But it's not junk, just because they cannot yet see what it does, or that within it lies the potential for the human being. Once our DNA is activated fully, we too will be able to do all of those things and more, just like it's stated. Pray and meditate each day. Focus your thoughts on things of spirit, not of this world. You can live in a world without being part of the world. Many of us feel off or displaced in this world, yet our job here is to hold the light, to show others love and compassion, and to help. Not everyone will understand this, and that's okay. Next, work through your emotional pain and scars. A lot of my videos on my channel are here to help you with meditation, creating the life you want through focused attention. I've long taught that our thoughts are very powerful. You will never achieve a happy life through constant complaining. What you will achieve, though, is more of the same that you're already getting. So if you complain, life remains unhappy. We can love someone so very, very dearly, and they still are not able to understand how this affects their lives. We have to be okay with that and to let them live as they choose. You can teach someone, but it's their choice to learn and implement. We still love them, nevertheless, but we must allow others to make their own choices, and we have to learn to be okay with that. Next, start making your spiritual life your number one priority. Spend time each day in quiet, seeking the divine within. It's always with you, never, ever, ever leaves you. Seek to express that more and more in your interactions with others. Don't be afraid by what others think or say. Remember, it's a reflection of them and not you. Work to embody your spiritual greatness. So there's a passage in the Bible that says, "He who is first shall be last, and last shall be first," or something along those lines. I'm sorry if I'm misquoting it. This means that the person who puts himself first before others who is greedy or pushy, etc., in the end that person will lose. And the humble one, the one who doesn't make themselves first, but rather puts the needs of others first, therefore making themselves last, shall end up being first. Now, this doesn't mean that we should not have healthy boundaries or give others anything, just anything, that they want from us. That's not what it means. It's more spiritual than that. When you are connected to the divine within, you are perfectly capable of taking care of yourself by asking the divine within to meet your earthly needs. You can also protect your personal space and spiritual space from others who would take advantage of you or hurt you, and you should do this. But that aside, when you see someone suffering, you help. You live your spiritual ideal of being loving, compassionate, and caring to all. Because you see the divine in all creation. We are all brothers and sisters. Live your life as a constant prayer. That's something that I remember reading St. Francis said, I guess a few hundred years ago. And it's always been something I've strived for. I fail sometimes, but I still try. The veil is lifting, and we can feel so much more spiritual connection and intuition than we ever used to. And so we want to just allow that to come through. It's Source and your higher self speaking to you, guiding you. Humanity is like a toddler on the universal stage of existence, honoring your healing, honoring your growth and learning process. Just honor those things. Continually strive to be the best, most inwardly beautiful person that you can possibly be. Take the time to cleanse your chakras and your energetic space daily. Spend time with people who uplift you and inspire you to be a better, more loving person. So we want to stop compartmentalizing the divine or spirituality, or only doing it in our meditation groups, or reserving it for an hour at night before we go to bed or something like that. We want to incorporate spirituality into an every moment by moment experience. Just stopping and taking the time to evaluate a situation before you let words flow out of your mouth. Ask, are you treating that person? Are you respecting the divine within them and honoring that? Remember, our human side, it's never going to be perfect. We're still learning, right? But you as a person, don't be reactive, but responding in love as much as you possibly can. The old ways of our planet are fading away. Until then, we are going to see some ugly things coming out of the woodwork. But we are to stay centered in love. Staying centered in love and not fear. That sometimes means turning off the TV. Stop watching the YouTube videos that are showing fear or anything that makes you feel afraid inside. The news, we know anyways, is mostly controlled by corporations, so it's sensational and it's fear-inducing. Don't get swept up in it, because remember, when you're watching this stuff, what are you doing? You're also giving your energy to those things, thus making them bigger. We don't want to do that. Fear lowers our immune system. It throws us off balance. So we don't want to feel like we're in a survivalist situation. Yes, stock up on some food and supplies, but stay centered in love. Finally, visualize yourself in a protective cube. Imagine sprinkling love, harmony, health, and goodness all over and inside and outside and around your cube of protection from anything less than your highest good. I use visualization each and every day to send healing, peace, and love all over the entire earth. You can spend easily a few moments doing the same thing as well. So just imagining a grid around the earth, and it vibrates with protection and cleansing silver and gold. It heals, it protects, it's alive, and it's harmonious. Take a few moments now in quiet contemplation with me, and let's imagine this. Ourselves in a protective cube, and a grid around the earth vibrating and healing and cleansing, silver and gold vibrating through the whole grid. I like to imagine a pink hue of love in the atmosphere as well. Let's do that now. And now, before the close of this video, some affirmations. I acknowledge the divine within. I am connected to my higher self, and I know I am loved and protected. I can face anything and all with God within. I am loved beyond measure. My heart opens fully to the love and peace available to me at this moment. My whole being is vibrating higher. I feel my vibration increase as I turn my thoughts towards God, towards love and peace, and towards oneness of the universe and all humanity. All creation. I am filled with light. My entire being is filled with light. I am filled with love and peace. I am compassionate and understanding of differences. I am accepting and loving towards others while being confident in my own inner knowing. My heart tells me truth. I go within every moment and feel true inner peace. I live my life as a constant prayer of thanksgiving. I am protected and loved. I am at peace. My heart is full of peace. Let it rain down and fill every cell in my body. My cells vibrate with divinity. I am completely in tune with Divine Source.